y'all. She feels like she brought it on herself. Tony saw the bruises and he called Carisha. Carisha trying to get her to open up. And that's where they stopped at, y'all. That's how they ended the episode. I was like, look, I was expecting more. I was expecting her to tell somebody that it was Officer Green or something. But it ended with Carisha asking her who hurt her. And she hasn't told yet. Fatima warned Zach about Mr. Keys again. Rich met Madison. Dr. Bun told Andy that he reported Dr. Cruz to the board, but they told him to stay in his place, basically. Pam stopped by to check on Maurice. I said, I think I'm gonna enjoy these scenes together. I don't know, we'll see. Andy agreed to let Cheyenne stay there. And the last thing, first of all, she agreed to let Cheyenne stay there if she promises to stay out of trouble. I said, well, you might as well tell her go back with her mom, with y'all mama then, because either that dude gonna come that she had all them voicemails from, or it's just what she do. I think they said that she's supposed to do something in the upcoming episode. But yeah, and the last thing is that the doctor was trying to locate Sabrina's family just in case. So I was like, okay, do y'all think Madison gonna be her family, or do y'all think that they gonna bring somebody else on? But yeah, they said that they trying to locate her family. So I want to know if they actually gonna contact her family, or is it gonna be somebody already? Well, it can't be nobody already on the show. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, hey y'all, welcome back to another video. This is for Tyler Perry Sistas, season 10, episode 4. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. What y'all think of the episode? Nothing to it dragged. I ain't gonna tell no story. It dragged. What else was I gonna say? Oh, it was a lot of commercials. It was like a filler. It was like it was a filler. They weren't doing a lot of talking or anything like that. But yeah, where do we start? I guess with Zach and Fatima. They showed them laid down, and then I don't know, it was some noise outside, and that's what led Zach to get up to go check and stuff like that. So they started talking about if whoever it was is gonna come back, and if they should send a message to them and stuff like that. Zach was saying how he's still upset about Andy's car blowing up and how he's worried and stuff like that. And Fatima ends up saying that she thinks that it was Dr. Cruz. I said, well, yeah. Did y'all see, was it about Gary? Did somebody say something about Gary's plane supposed to be crashing or something supposed to happen to Gary? I thought Gary was gone. Bye-bye. I thought he was gone with the rest of them. Hold on. I definitely thought he was gone with the rest of them. But it kind of still seemed like they trying to save room for Sabrina to come back. The lady that plays Sabrina to come back if she decides to. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. What else? Oh, Zach and Fatima. So what else happened with them? Later in the episode, he was like he think he gonna call the guys and stuff like that, Mr. Keys, and hang out. And Fatima ends up saying how she still don't trust him, and how he should basically take his time and get to know Mr. Keys because he could be keeping something. So she definitely heard. She definitely heard. I want to know why he ain't told yet. But Mr. Keys back on next week's episode. He gonna be with Andy Mama again. He gonna be with Andy Mama again. I said, now what? I said, did they just meet? Did they just meet, or did they already know each other? Like, what's going on there? And I thought he had somebody. Well, technically, he was talking about y'all remember that scene when he was like, Zach's dad had a new family or something he said. Well, I was like, okay now. I said, I don't know about this Mr. Keys dude either. I said, I don't know. We don't know his history. We don't know if he wants something from Zach. We just don't know. Hold on. Let me scan these notes and see if it's anything else about Zach and Fatima. When they showed the promo at the end of the episode, did y'all see that blonde hair when Andy was questioning Danny about what's going on? Was Fatima there too? I want to know who called them. But yeah, let's see if it's something else about Zach now before we go, because nothing really happened on this episode. Rich got to meet Madison and everything. Let's see. Fatima was telling Zach that she been getting butterfly feelings in her stomach, so he tries to feel, but he couldn't. That's when she ends up saying that she don't trust Mr. Keys, that he should get to know him better. Said that people be hiding stuff, and I was like, yeah, she heard it, y'all. She definitely heard what he said. I said, my thing is, like, I think whoever he was on the phone with, he was telling them that he just trying to, he waiting on the time to tell him. So I'm like, what he want? Do he want something, or is he just waiting because he's scared to see Zach's reaction? I mean, lying ain't gonna help. Lying don't help. But yeah, that's gonna make him not trust you. Excuse me, that's gonna make him not trust you. Hold on, y'all. That's definitely gonna make him not trust you. I think, was that the last thing that happened with them? I think so. I think that was the last thing that happened with them. Rich and Madison, she came in. She was like, she pursuing a business venture, and basically there's an opportunity for them to work together and stuff like that. She ends up asking him if he's single. He was like, it's complicated, and she was like, she don't like to mix business with pleasure. So I'm assuming this gonna be his new boo, huh? I'm assuming that she finna be his new boo. I don't know. We'll see. Um, I think she's supposed to come back on next week's episode. I think she's supposed to come back on next week's episode. What else? Danny. They showed Danny. She was just having flashbacks of everything that happened with Officer Green. She was having flashbacks of everything that happened with him, and she out of it. She don't want to talk or anything like that. Somebody knocked on the door. It was Tony. She grabbed that big knife, and he wanted to know what was going on. And she made it seem like it was nothing. He was like, "I see the bruises on you. What happened?" And he was like, "What happened in here?" And she just saying things to. It kind of seemed like she trying to push him away. But yeah, he was trying to check on her and everything, and she won't tell him nothing. Um, she got emotional. She ends up going in the bathroom and everything. So he ends up calling Carisha or whatever to tell that something's wrong with Danny. He don't know what it is, but she's not acting like herself. So when she got there, he ends up saying that, they going through their own issues, but that don't mean he don't care about her. And basically he gonna get out the way so that they could talk. Maybe she can get her to open up and everything. So he leaves. Carisha goes to the bathroom, and Danny was just talking about Sabrina, how she wish she could talk to her right now. And Carisha heard it. She ends up telling her to come out the bathroom so they could talk. So she trying to get her to open up. Danny wouldn't open up. She said that she had cheated on Tony. He walked in. He didn't get to see the act, but it was the aftermath, so close enough. And she was just saying how she brought it on herself, and just talking about, she didn't go into any specifics or anything like that, but she was blaming herself. She was saying she brought it on herself and everything, and the guy she cheated with is a psychopath. So Carisha ended up asking if Tony's the one that hurt her, and she was like, no, he's not like that. She was like, so I'm assuming it was the other guy. So she was like, by law, she obligated to report any suspected abuse or anything like that. I said, they is. Else I know with teachers and stuff, don't they have an obligation to report? I ain't know. Well, this kind of. I knew that it was teachers and what else. I think doctor. Well, she is a doctor technically. She is a doctor. Well, I did know that. Then never mind. Erase that. Delete. Hold on. But yeah, she was like, she by law she obligated to report it, and the episode ended with her asking her who hurt her or anything, and she hasn't told yet. I want to know who's gonna call Andy them. I want to know who's gonna call them and tell them something going on. I know that Tony's supposed to be on the phone with Rich, saying he still care about her and everything. I think they're gonna get back together, y'all. I think they're gonna get back together. Oh, and when he was there and talking to her, she was like, when she wanted to talk, he didn't want to talk, and she seemed like she was just trying to push him away, and he could see that. He definitely could see that. But yeah, he definitely called Carisha for help. Hold on, what else? What else happened? Andy, she went to see Sabrina. The nurse was talking to her and everything. She ends up telling her that Sabrina made it through the night. She said something about her lung collapse. It kind of seemed like they just. I said, why wouldn't they just? You might as well, if she gonna go on. How I said she gonna go and die. If they gonna murder her, they should have just did it in the first episode. But I wonder if they finna pull a bigger storyline revolving around Sabrina or something. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. But yeah, she ends up coming out after she's seen Sabrina. Dr. Bun asks how she was doing, so she ends up updating him. So Andy ends up telling him that somebody put an explosive in her car. He was like, why didn't you say anything? And she was like, it wasn't the time because so much been going on. And she was like, the person who did it was hired by Dr. Cruz. So she ends up talking about him helping Dr. Cruz. So he was like, he can't talk about that right there. So they end up going somewhere to talk. So he ends up saying that, it was his first year in residence in DC. I always missed that word. It was his first year. We just go sit it. It was his first year or whatever. And, that's the guy he was shadowing. But he did go to the board and tell on him, but they basically told him to stay in his place. And he proceeds to, before he proceeded to ask her or flirt with her, he said that if she needs him to be in this and testify, whatever, he will. So then he ends up saying he like her and he want to get to know her better. And she was like, right now she just want to focus on being a better version of herself. Um, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe she'll give him a chance, maybe not. What else? Maurice and Pam. So Pam stopped by to see Maurice. She brought him some food and everything. Um, and they was just talking about Sabrina and everything. She said she put her name in a church, how they do when they be praying and stuff for you. Hold on. Excuse me, in the prayer request and everything. Oh, I'm tired in the mug. I'm trying. Let me see. Um, and I said I think I'm gonna like they scenes together. I'm ready to see them with Danny as well. I'm definitely ready to see them with Danny. What else? What else did they talk about? Oh, he said again that Dylan was still with Paige, and I said she trying to keep him. Paige trying to keep him away from Maurice. She already said how she felt at the bank. I was like, nah, okay, now. And I was like, nah, I get it, because they work together and everything, but she wasn't that cool with her. I mean, that don't mean people ain't gonna feel no certain type of way or anything like that, but I said she trying to keep him away from Maurice because everything that don't happen. But yeah, what else? I think Pam got him to admit that he missed Dylan and basically he was lonely without him. Danny and Tony, like I said, he stopped by. He could tell by the bruises that something had went on. He tried to get her to open up. She wouldn't. She was trying to push him away. She ran in the bathroom, wouldn't come out. So that's when he called Carisha. And then Cheyenne, she got home. Cheyenne confronted her about telling their mama that she got arrested, and she was like, just slipped out. So she ended up telling her she gonna stay there. She can't do this and that. So she got happy. They hugged. Um, she said she can stay there if she don't get into no trouble, but you might as well send her back with your mama because she gonna definitely be in some trouble. She definitely is. Talking about some. Then Andy talking about what Andy said. She got a reputation to uphold. If that's the case, Cheyenne in the perfect place. Y'all wanting to sing all this mess done been stirred since season one, revolving around Andy. I was like, really, Andy? Talking about reputation. Yeah, for being bad or being in bad situations. And it says she got a reputation to uphold, like her and her sister circle ain't been in a bunch of mess. Girl, please. Andy mama came out. Why I found out her name, y'all, and I think I threw the paper away. I had wrote down the good name, Andy mama, and I threw the paper away. Where it at? I don't know. Where is it, y'all? But I had definitely wrote it down because I seen somebody talking about it. And I was like, I got you now. And I lost it already. I think I threw it away with the other notes that I was taking. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Her mama came out. She was happy that they was getting along and everything. It's just, she ended up saying that she went to see Sabrina. She said she was hooked up to all the machines and everything. And she was just telling her to keep the faith. That's all that happened with them. And the last people we got is Dan and Carisha, but we basically talked about them. She was trying to get her to open up and everything. Let me just scan these notes to make sure. Oh, Maurice said that he's scared to go to the hospital. Wants to respond to allegations in private. Let's see. I think that's everything. Excuse me. I already see the other promo because I want to see. Could they, majority of the episode be commercials and them stalling. They don't be saying things. It's like they be trying to feel, what they call it, a filler episode. They just be sitting up there. They don't be saying, like, that be majority of the episode. Look, I'm waiting on something to happen to us. Them to say something, her to say it's Officer Green, but nothing. Nothing yet. What else? Let's see. Said people behind stuff. Creation makes it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, the last thing was that, excuse me, the last thing we talked about was the doctor talking to the nurse, about Sabrina and stuff like that. And they was talking about contacting Danny because, she the next of kin, but she was like, that's not going to help. She needs somebody that's actually related. So I'm like, okay, is she saying that because she going to need blood or what? Or are they the only ones that can decide if they want to take her off life support or whatever she got going on? But yeah, that's it. That's all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the night and be safe.